So the dog is up here in my bedroom, and he
Uh-huh.
is losing his S.
Really?
And the door is like boom, 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 boom.
Oh no, I don't hear anything at all. Do you hear
Oh
anything,
my
It's
Alicia?
gosh. Nope, I don't.
Mm-mm.
he's so loud.
Oh my gosh.
I was
Yeah,
hoping they would come later, and then I would sit with him. He'd be fine.
it's okay. You should stick him in your bathroom. Maybe he'll like go squirrel hunting.
Chase the squirrel out.
Uh-huh.
So Alicia, I didn't have a mouse in my bathroom. I had a squirrel in my bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
But
That's
it hasn't come
hilarious.
back. We put traps out, but it must have found its way out. I
That's so funny.
Home ownership,
Yeah,
yay! You
a
have
baby
cats though,
squirrel.
so
It's like a baby squirrel, right? Like a little squirrel, like a little body.
it was small. It was small, yeah.
See, my parents found a squirrel. My dad was working on a mower last summer. He found squirrels in it. There
Oh,
was three. The other two had passed away, but there was one. And so my parents raised it.
Oh,
And
baby
then
squirrel.
they didn't have anywhere to take it, so they gave it to my grandma who lives like in a little town and they have a bunch of trees. And now my grandma basically has a pet squirrel, so she'll go out and feed it like every day. She'll go feed it
Aw.
peanuts and it'll run up to her and yeah. And my
aw.
grandma's like, "Oh, I go shoo all the other squirrels away because they know I bring food." But she finds the one squirrel. Her name is Sandy, and
Aw.
she'll shoot all the other ones away and
SpongeBob.
give peanuts. Yeah, that's basically why my dad named her that.
Oh
So
my
they
gosh,
have a little pet squirrel.
that's so cute. I love it.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That is. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, that's the best.
We
And
were worried about it during the winter, but it sounds like she's doing well. Like she's still around. Like my grandma goes and checks on her every day. Like that's their highlight. My grandma and my grandpa, they like to check on the squirrel. So
Aw.
yeah.
they
That's so
love it.
cute.
So I hear updates about it every once in a while. And
See, your grandma needs to start a TikTok and make a little squirrel house, and then just have the camera on the squirrel house like that. There's some guy on TikTok that has like a pet squirrel and his
yeah,
picnic table, all
Oh
that
yeah,
stuff.
that guy. He
Yeah,
has a bunch of
she
squirrels, right?
doesn't.
I don't know. I've just seen a couple of the ones. I just remember a picnic table in like a house, and he's got like a TV in the house and stuff like that for the squirrel.
Yeah, he's got names for all of them. Good
Oh,
Rat
okay.
Richard, he comes and messes everything up, and I forget what the other
That's
name.
funny.
And he took one in because you know how like rodents, their teeth just keep growing, and
Yeah.
hers were funky, and she couldn't wear them down, so they were like
Oh,
she couldn't eat, so he had to
uh-huh.
catch her, and he took her to the vet, and they filed her teeth down.
That's cute. That's right. I saw one where he bought them a couch to put in the house, and then the one came and like destroyed the couch and like was like ripping it apart and stuff.
That was probably Hood Rat Richard.
Nothing to do with reselling, but well, he could have
No,
bought that little couch on eBay
maybe.
for that little squirrel. I'll have to keep an eye out for dollhouse couches. Maybe I can find them at the bins. Maybe Alicia can find them at the bins. She's been going to the bins.
I need to go more. I
Yeah.
loved being there for like 9 hours that day. I loved it. I
Yeah.
don't know why. It's just
I
I
saw
love
your title and I
digging.
didn't get around I didn't have a chance to watch it yet, but I was like, "Dang, she was there all day." I don't know if my anxiety could take it, but that's
I was
awesome. I
like,
love
I'm just gonna
watching
stay as long
bins.
as I can. And I was like,
Yeah.
I know some people can only handle the bins for like an hour, and I totally get it. But I'm like, if I put
Mhm.
something outrageous like that in the title and I actually do it,
Uh-huh.
people
Yeah,
might like
right.
it. And people love binge videos too. So that's really helped. So now I'm like, I think I need to do like a monthly binge trip just to throw a video like that on my YouTube. But also just to go. It's just right now I'm like out of inventory. So I'm kind of doing whatever I can to find stuff until grad sales, which sounds like there's some grad sales this weekend. So they get
Nice.
started.
Already.
Yes.
You're listening to the Flippin' Fantastic podcast.
If you're watching this and you aren't subscribed, go hit that button right now and watch this.
Let's be real, we're the #1 reselling podcast.
Did you go to the bins by yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know if you were like 9 hours you were by yourself.
Yep, Connor was at work and I told him I'm going and I'm going to stay as long as I can. They close at 7, I think I said, so I might not be home till 8. Yeah. It would have been way nicer if I have somebody there to help me like watch the cart and
Mhm.
like help me find certain things or whatever, but
Yeah. Wow.
but
What did
also
you,
it's like
no, I was gonna say, what did you do? What did you do for food? Did you pack food? Like, what'd you do?
so I went and I'm like I made breakfast and I ate on the way there and then once I got hungry enough, which was about 2:30, I had to go
Uh-huh.
get gas and go get food and Burger King was right there by the gas station, so I just went and did that. That
Mhm.
took like 15 minutes and I came back to the bins.
Gotcha.
Kind of to take a break because I couldn't sit there's not really any chairs, and the chairs they do have, people will take them out of the bins and put them by their cart so they have somewhere to sit.
Oh,
So
man.
I didn't really have anywhere to sit.
gotcha.
Yep.
Wow, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. So you had to check. You checked out and then put everything in your car before you
Yep.
left?
So
Yeah.
So right before lunch, I checked out with what I did find, which is about a cart full.
Mhm.
And then when I left
Mm.
again later that night, I had another cart full and just took it. So 2
Sweet.
trips. But I know there's some people, like, once they find something, they'll just go check out and take it right to their car. And if I found something that was that good and I was worried someone might swipe it from my cart, then
Yeah.
I would do that. But I didn't see a reason to. I was with my cart a lot of the time. Sometimes
Yeah.
I'd put it in a corner and I'd leave for about 10 minutes and come back to it. So
Uh-huh.
I wasn't super worried.
It was the Omaha bins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that one's it's small enough that you can keep an eye on stuff from what I remember. Like
Yeah,
it's
you
got
can
that.
pretty much see your cart anywhere in the store.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
but people get
That's-
crazy. There's people that are into clothes and shoes. So anytime any of those come out, people just go over there and start
They're like
throwing
nuts,
stuff.
right?
Yes, it's insane. And they have to tell you to not run, and these people still run
Oh
to
my
the bin.
God.
I'm like, there's nothing in that bin that's worth running to. So,
No. That must be their only source of inventory, you know?
at least right now, like with no garage sales, yeah.
Yeah, those t-shirt bros are serious. They're serious at ours too, you
Yep.
know? Like I see them on like Instagram and stuff. Like they'll go to the one, not so much the one right in my area, but like a little bit north.
Mhm.
They're like, they live there. They have like a community of like reseller bros that they hang out and they play dice in the corner and
Yeah, there was
That's
a
so
circle of them
funny.
actually that got their chairs and they found a deck of cards in the bins and they started
Stop.
playing cards right there, just
yes,
in the middle of the bins while they were waiting for new bins to come out. I'm like, oh my gosh.
exactly. It must be those
Wow.
kids. It's the same guys. They're just like So I know that Mo went to an estate sale.
There
Something
was
about it
3
being
good
pink.
ones this weekend.
You said something was pink. That's all I remember. Pink or
Oh, the
something.
one house, she loved pink. Everything was pink. There was just pink everywhere. Now, like, the house wasn't painted pink and there wasn't like a pink furniture, but it was pink. The bathroom was pink. All her clothes were pink or some shade, or they had pink on them. She had 100 plus wreaths in her basement. I don't know if I guess she made them, for your door. Most of them had some sort of pink. And then I went upstairs and I went in her bathroom and I said, "Oh my God," because it was pink. The bathroom was painted pink. They had on the vanity candles and soaps. Everything was pink. It had a big soaking tub and they put like a table in it so they could put more candles and stuff on top and like towels. They laid out the hand towels. Everything was pink. I was like, oh my gosh. And then I'm in like one of the bedrooms and they had like clothes and jewelry. And somebody comes in and goes, "She really liked pink." And I was just like, well, have you been to the basement yet? They're like, no. And then somebody else pipes up, "Oh, you got to go to the basement." Because that's where all the wreaths were. It was nuts. Another one I went to. Oh, and she collected dolls, so there was a doll room, and he had they're both passed. I had to look them up and everything. He had NASCAR. It was crazy. But they had like I got other stuff there. She had like she had Bath and Body Works sprays, so I could buy a bunch of those. The other one, the main one I went to, so you had to get there early, get a number, because this is the one that had toys, like Star Wars toys in boxes, like old Star Wars toys. The garage and the workshop were bigger than the house, full of tools. That's where the toys were too. I was like number 44. I went in. So let's talk about this. I don't get why it's a small house. It's definitely it was like a small ranch house. It was definitely under 15 or lower square foot. They give out numbers, but then they just let everybody in. And then the line, like where they had the checkout and the people were making the line, you couldn't get anywhere. Like you had to go around people. The line was wrapped around. Like, why, if you're going to give out numbers, do you let 100 plus people in a tiny little house like that? I don't understand. I didn't get any. Oh, that was the place that had the skeleton. The full skeleton. He was really expensive. I was like, oh. And then there was
like the
it
school
looked
one?
almost
Like the school, like the one you would see in school.
right, yeah. And then it looked like in a corner, like it was like it looked like it was a brass skull, but it was just a cheap plastic
That's
or
about it.
resin Halloween
Mhm.
decoration. I was very upset about that, but I did get an antler.
You did?
I'm gonna do something with it at my house.
Like just an antler or is it mounted? Oh.
Oh, that's cool.
No, just an antler.
Oh, okay.
I'll put it somewhere.
Oh, that's cool. I have 2 of those. I got at a yard sale too. The guy said he was he was a metal detector
hunter.
guy.
Yeah.
No, he was a metal detector. So he would, go around, and he said he would
Okay.
find carcasses and stuff. So he would pull them, and he had
Yeah.
them at a yard sale, which I thought was kind of cool because I've never come across an animal in the like just dead,
Mm.
except a bird. What are you gonna do
They
with
rot
it?
fast.
Are you
I
gonna?
don't know.
They do.
Put it somewhere. They
Oh,
were like some sort of around here. You see a lot of. I go to estate sales, and they were a DuPont employee, and they were a retiree. Because there's like DuPont. They get their little plaques and all that kind of crap. But they didn't have. I didn't see any DuPont stuff, but they had so much like chemistry and science stuff. And then there was yearbooks for a local school. A lot of yearbooks. So I think maybe they were like a chemistry teacher, or biology teacher, or something. They had all the glass beakers and microscopes, and that place was packed. It was so small, and they had so much stuff. It was crazy. So
yeah.
estate sales. I won't have really yard sales around here for another couple months because they're
No.
like all communities. I mean,
Do you
maybe
do you
one
use
here or
the
there, but
like yard sale app?
what's
Is
that?
that how you find? Do you use the yard sale app?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had some. We had some this weekend, but I think it's just because it was so nice. Like it was a high of 75 on Saturday, so it's gonna be cold. So I'm not expecting it to be like a trend of now the yard sales are happening. You said you got some yard sales starting up, Alicia?
I saw a couple posts for ones that are this weekend, so we'll see, I guess. I saw one last week too, but I didn't go
Yeah.
because it looked like they were pallet buyers.
Oh,
So it just looked like a bunch of like off-brand, new and packaged stuff, and I was like,
Mhm.
I don't want to go.
right.
So
I totally get it.
it's way across town too. I didn't want to drive across town for that.
Did you say in the snow for that?
No, across
Oh.
town.
Oh,
No, there's no snow right now. Fingers crossed there isn't anymore.
oh man. Yeah, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. We do our two of our sales that we share each week. And Alicia is sharing some sales too. So Mo, don't get upset. Don't yell. You can't yell at me anymore. You can yell at Alicia now.
Normally, I would let a guest go first, but I'm not following either of you. She's gonna go last because she has the sale of the week.
Pull
I'm
them
gonna go
up.
first because mine are piddly, but at least I'm selling
still-
County Cross Stitch Teddy Bear Ballet
Oh.
for $15.87, and I had easy shipping. And
I love
then
finding
I held
those
out. I held out. I was like, Amy, I got one more day to
Uh-huh.
put my two up, to get my two, and I did get an over $20 sale.
Those
So
are
I have these little
cute.
strawberry dishes
Yeah,
for $35.
What is it? Like I tried to look at the picture and I was like, I don't understand what it is. Do you put like
They're
tea
the-
bags on it?
Yeah, they call them like nappy or lemon dishes. They're just little, they're like that big.
So like a saucer size.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a little smaller.
Are they ceramic?
Yes.
Okay.
Those are cool.
So yeah,
I love
so
seeing
that's
I don't like pick up. Like I wouldn't have picked that up just because I don't know anything about it,
I've sold a lot of stuff with strawberries on it, and
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty good though. $35.
We're getting better. We're getting better. Okay, now we'll go to Amy's.
Oh, yeah. I always forget what I send you. These were in my tote, like my auction tote. I didn't even know what they were. I thought they were like little tiny like cake toppers, like little
Mhm.
I don't know, but they're
Yeah.
vintage. They're made in Hong Kong. It's just like a lot of like little zoo animals. I had no idea. I was literally gonna toss them because they're just so like beat up and dingy. But I thought somebody will want them, and then I happened to look them up, and they do sell. So I had like no money into that. $17.89. I just thought that was different.
Nice.
That's the only reason I picked it.
And that was
Yeah.
from one of your auction totes?
Nothing. I had nothing into it. I didn't even itemize it into my spreadsheet. It was basically a freebie. I was happy with
Cool.
that. I don't know what the other one
No.
is. Oh,
Clinical
Oh, that's awesome.
Gillette Clinical Deodorant.
yeah, it's crazy. It's a lot of 24. It sold for 180. It was free
Nice.
shipping because he messaged me back and forth and we were discussing it. But the funny thing is, I bought these at a Goodwill. That's 24. So I bought 28 of them at the Goodwill for like, I think they were like $1. They're $1 something a piece. So I bought all of them. They were all brand new with that little, how they have that little clear cup on top of deodorant. You have to flip
Right.
out. They still had all those like little plungers. So I don't know. I think I had maybe $40 total into all of them with tax. I'm not sure. Anyway, the day before this sale, I sold 4 of them for like 35. And then the next day, a different person messaged me and said, I'll buy all that you have left for $7.50 a piece. whatever. We went back and forth, and 180. That's what I got. I couldn't believe it. I was like, "What in the world?" And
That's awesome.
they were like, "We do free shipping," and I was like, "Where do you live?" Because it was like 7 pounds. All that deodorant. It was only like
Yeah.
$7 to ship it because he lived on the East Coast. I think he lived in New York, is where it was. I was stoked with that. And I thought that was odd. I was like, oh, I'm trying to pick like sales that are like different, than,
Yeah.
who would have thought to buy
Is that
28?
discontinued or is it just really
No,
expensive?
I don't know. The expiration date was October of 25. So they were still good. You know what I mean? They were still in the time frame. I don't know where they came from. Like, I don't know why they were.
I wonder what he's doing. That's a lot of deodorant to go through by October.
I know.
I was
Maybe.
just looking. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to just say, maybe it's his favorite. Maybe he's got a bodega. He's going to sell them. What
I
you
was just
find?
looking on Walmart. They're $12.97 at Walmart, at least locally here.
Oh, okay.
So they're paying $180 for 24 of them,
Mhm.
$7.50 a piece. I mean, you're saving a little bit, I suppose.
Yeah, he's saving. Yeah, he's saving a good amount. He would have spent over $260 retail. Those are mine. Stoked with
Sweet.
them. I know.
All right. Ready for Alicia's. There's number one.
These, I was so excited about these. I found these
Those
on
are
the
cool.
dollar auction. Oops, got a little too excited and hit my mic. I found these at the dollar auction, or on the dollar auction,
Oh, wow.
and
Wow.
I bid at the last second. I had the current bid of $3,
Stop
and I
it.
decided at the last second to bid up to $5. And someone went to bid to outbid me, but I went ahead, so I got it. I paid $5 for these. They are Blanco, and they did have the sticker on them, but the person that put them on the dollar auction didn't even mention Blanco at all. They just put glass bookends.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
They didn't
So
know what they had.
right, and there is a Blanco sticker on them, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they just thought it didn't matter or what, but I found those, and they do come in other colors. It sounds like they can be more expensive in the other colors. Of course, clear
Right.
is not as desirable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I was really excited
65.
about these. Yeah, I really
Yeah,
like
65
Blanco.
for
Blanco is
this
probably
guy.
one of my favorite glass makers, I think.
Yeah.
They have a lot of really cool pieces.
Yeah.
That's
I
funny
agree.
because I just sold Blanco bookends. They're ducks. They only sold
Oh,
for
that's
like
awesome.
20 something. I don't even know.
Really.
Yeah, those are nice.
They're not as popular as these.
And they
These are
were a
cooler.
little chipped, or not chipped,
Mhm.
but like there was some rough edges on them, like they got dropped on something. And I think they're supposed to be like
Yeah.
felt on the bottom of them to protect like whatever surface they're on, but it wasn't
Right,
there
right.
anymore. There's just
Yeah.
residue. Either
Uh-huh.
way, they weren't in perfect condition, but if they were, I probably would have been able to get, I'm assuming maybe around 80 instead,
Mm-hmm.
if they were like perfect.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love finding Blanco, but it's few and far between. I've
Mhm.
only ever found a couple pieces. All right, are we ready for the she wins? Dun, 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 dun.
So
Purse.
this came in one of my Coach bag buys. Dividing all of it out, I paid about $40 for this bag.
Mhm.
And she had it, and I don't know if you can see there in the picture on the bag, the tag was still included.
Oh, wow.
And it had like an original MSRP of like over $1,000.
Jeez. Wow.
I learned something because I would have never looked at this bag if I saw a Burberry at a garage sale or something. I just wouldn't have really thought anything of it. But this one, it saw the dust bag, it had the little tag, really nice condition. If you actually held it, it feels very nice. It feels
Nice.
quality. So yeah, I was really excited to sell this bag because all I've been selling of expensive bags lately has been Coach. So
Mm-hmm.
finally sold one of those. I think I have another Burberry or another brand that's not Coach that I did receive in my Coach bag buy, but I still haven't sold it yet. But this one I took an offer for $300 just to get it out
Nice.
because it's been sitting there.
Does the
I just always
ladies-
think of the scarves. I don't know if I've ever seen a Burberry purse.
Actually, the
Yeah.
interior of it is kind of plaid like the scarves,
Is
like the
is it
traditional.
the
Yeah,
plaid? Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So,
That
That's
makes sense.
awesome.
mm-hmm.
That's cool. I guess that would be good too
Mhm.
because it's got the tag, so you can kind of study it to know what's authentic. So if you come across stuff again,
Right. Yep.
Did you buy all of her stuff, or does she still have more?
Last time I talked with her, she said she had about 20 plus left. And I did text her last week to say, hey, garage sale season's coming. I'd love to, buy out what you have left before garage sale season starts. And she hasn't responded. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she's busy or if she's changed her mind because maybe they're more sentimental bags to
Mhm.
her that she's left for the last few. So
Yeah.
we'll see if we can work something out. If not, I'm not super heartbroken because I've done really well on these bags from
Right.
her.
So,
Yeah.
and this was her personal collection, just
It was her personal collection as well as her mom's collection because
Okay, her
her
mom's
and her
too.
mom kind of collected Coach like that was their thing. So, but she also had a bunch
Okay.
of other high end shoes
Right.
and bags. So yeah, and
Wow.
I even got some belts from her too. Like Brighton belts, I guess. I know Teresa had
Mhm.
mentioned Brighton.
Yeah.
At that same time, I'd gotten all those belts that were Brighton, and those can sell. I'm assuming probably 15 to 25. But I have a bunch of those too that are really nice, and they come with the little dust bags and everything too.
Nice. Did
Mhm.
you
Nice.
keep anything for yourself?
No, I do have 2 bags from I think it was my second buy with her that ended up being fake.
Oh.
So I do
Mm.
have those bags because legally I cannot sell them. I can get rid of them, but I think I'm gonna keep them. One of them is the Coach Willis in dark green, which if that was a real bag, that's probably around a $400 bag.
Wow.
Wow.
Unfortunately, it's fake, so I can't do
Mhm.
anything with it. But I do have it, I guess, in case I ever have an opportunity to speak or something. I do have these fake bags on hand that I can take with me to
Oh
physically
yeah,
show
yeah.
people this is a fake
Awesome.
bag. Here's why. Because
Mhm.
I would have loved for somebody to do that for me to learn instead of
Yeah.
learning this way. But
Mhm.
I didn't keep any bags for myself. I have been looking for a Coach bag that I really like, but
Mhm.
they don't make as many bags with the silver hardware, which is what I would want. They mainly do like the brass or the gold. So
Yeah.
I want something with
Mhm.
silver hardware and something that's a bit smaller. Because a lot of their bags are big, chunky bags, and I'm like, I like a smaller purse.
Yeah.
Generally, I don't like to like this
Right.
Burberry one. I would never carry something like that. That is huge. I don't know,
It's hard
but
to
like I
find
did.
a nice black purse with silver
Yep.
hardware.
I
Yeah.
do have one, but it's a cheap Amazon one, like $30. I want like a nice
Right.
quality bag, but
That's
I
what I'm
still
saying.
haven't
But
found
like
anything.
a high end, a lot of
Yep.
times it's gold hard,
Yep.
and
But
because I don't like gold hardware either. I'd rather have silver. That's awesome. Awesome sale.
I shipped it out this morning, actually. It's sitting outside waiting to
Nice.
be picked up.
Ever wonder what happens when the filter comes off? That's why we created Dash of Sass. It's your one-way ticket to everything and anything, served with a side of sarcasm and a sprinkle of sass. Listen every Tuesday wherever you get your podcasts. I promise you'll thank us later.
By my new postman. It's not a post lady anymore. I have a postman now because I guess they
Oh.
he got assigned to this route for this year. So I have
Oh.
a postman.
So do they scan on your porch?
He'll usually take my bin to the little mail truck or whatever and scan them all in there. There's
Oh,
been a
so
couple
he'll pick.
times where
Yeah.
something will slip through and he won't scan it, but it's all resolved eventually. So
None of the various postmen that I get through here will like I wouldn't have put that on the porch, the $300 bag or something. Like I'm
mhm.
selling $300 bags. The because they don't scan. I ask in my little notes, please scan. You know, not like I'm putting out 20 packages at a time.
Right.
I'm telling you, Mo, you just got to be there at the door just one time and just say, "Hey,
To interact
could
with
you make sure you
people.
scan these for me? I appreciate it. Thanks. I run a business."
No, thank you. I have to talk to people.
I had to do that with the substitute, or no, I don't even know if it's a substitute, but probably just like my normal driver's off day. It was
Mhm.
like always a Tuesday or something, or no, it was a Monday. Of course, that's the most important day for me. And they weren't picking it up at all, but they were scanning that paper at like 10 o'clock at night or something. I don't know, saying that they picked up my packages, but I was like, oh no, they didn't. So the next week that rolled around, I can hear the mail truck coming around. So I kept an ear out and they went past my house and stopped at my mailbox. So I had to go open the door. It was dark outside too. I took my tote and I had to go down there and I had to yell, "Hey," before she drove away. And I was like, "I have packages on my porch that needs to be picked up." She's like, "Oh, I didn't know. I couldn't see them." I was like, "Oh, I have a pickup every day." Like I had multiple packages every day. And she's like, "Okay." And I said, "Do you mind scanning them too?" And I handed them to her one at a time and she scanned them. And then ever since then, she gets the packages. I had to like
There you
be a
go.
little gruff because I kind of not yelled at her, but I had to yell, "Hey," like pretty loud.
Right.
She was about to drive off
Get
to the
her
next
attention.
mailbox.
Yeah.
And it's dark. I'm sure she was probably like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" That's what you got to do, Mo. That's how you got to do it. I was like, "Nope, I don't think so." Oh no. Next, I just have to figure out UPS. I don't do UPS pickups. I just go. Do you do them, Alicia?
Nope. It's pretty close, so usually if I do have one, I'll take it, but I don't do UPS very often.
I try not to, but if it's cheaper, I'll save the $8 and then just drive up there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty good about scanning my packages too. So are you all prepped for Planes to Profit? All of your whatever you guys have to do on the
Yeah.
back end?
There's something that I worked on to get provided for the bags. I'm still waiting on, which is that package I told you that's stuck in Indianapolis.
Oh,
I thought it was
okay.
Omaha. I have one stuck in Omaha and one stuck in Indianapolis. This one has been sitting in Indianapolis since Thursday, and it was supposed to get to me on Friday. So I'm waiting on that. But it sounds like other than that, we have almost everything we need for the event. I'm super excited. I've been looking forward to it.
It's a plane. It's the card deck, right? It's a card deck with Corey's face on all
No.
of the.
I don't think you'd be very happy about that.
It doesn't matter what Corey wants. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Gotta edit that out, Mo.
Oh no.
Yeah, sounds like everything is pretty set. We're very excited to have our second year, and it should be even better than last year.
Yeah. It's
Mhm.
you're gonna have the same kind of bus, like what is it, a thrift bus?
Yep,
Is it
we'll be
one,
doing
two?
that. One bus,
Yeah.
and we didn't go with the same company as last year, so and by the sounds of it, it should be a nicer bus this year than
Oh,
last year's. So I think
yeah.
there's still stripper poles in it. So I think that's that was a
Amy will
big
be
thing.
Didn't it have? I can't remember. Didn't it have lights and stuff too?
Yep.
Like a disco, not a disco ball. Did it? I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't think so. I think it just had like LED lights in it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it had a sink. I remember because I ended up sitting in the sink at one point.
Yeah, yeah.
There was not enough. There was not enough. Well, I mean, it was like bench seating along the sides of the
Right.
bus. Everyone had like stuff that they bought at the thrift, so space became like sought after. So I ended up sitting in the sink.
Sure.
I think it was actually like a cooler. Like you fill it
cooler.
with ice and you're supposed to put like all your alcohol in it or whatever.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was.
I think so too. It was. I just remember it was stainless steel. You
Yep.
know,
Yeah, there was
But-
too much stuff. Amy had to sit in the sink.
it was everyone because people were buying stuff and they're
Why don't you put stuff in the sink and put you on the seat? I'm just saying. Did you fall
The
in the
seats were
party
pretty
sink?
full.
Party
it
bus
was
sink.
full.
People
I
were
think-
sitting on laps and stuff.
I think Teresa was sitting on Corey's lap, Mo. So
Oh my goodness.
that's how that party went down. Was there a bathroom in the back? I don't remember.
Yes, there was
Oh,
a very small bathroom. So
Crazy.
someone could have sat in there, I guess.
exactly. Could have sat in the bathroom. And there was people buying beer and drinking beer on the bus too, Mo.
Yeah, I think there was a couple people that brought drinks, but it was like noon when it started. I'm like, that's a bit early to drink, but some people brought their
5 o'clock
drinks.
somewhere.
Yeah, I remember that. I definitely couldn't have. I would have been asleep at like 4 o'clock if I started drinking. Because I either have to be like doing something like really like entertaining, well, not entertaining, but like exciting, like or I'm gonna like be super sleepy. So if I'm at a concert, it's like I'm gonna be like good to go. I'm not gonna be
Yeah.
like sleepy. That's what happens when you get old, Alicia.
You
You're
just
set
take
in.
a nap and you get up for later. That's what naps are for.
I was over in Shane's live last night, and they're talking about like something, and I said I'm 26 going on 55 because that's how
Oh
I
my
feel
God.
sometimes. Everything hurts, and I'm tired. Those kids won't get off my lawn. Like,
Oh my God. Yeah, you got neighbor kids that like bounce balls off your van, right?
gosh,
They still
they're
do
just
that?
every once in a while they'll accidentally hit the van and it goes off, and the fob like beeps at us so we know. But it's just these neighbor people, they have like I think like 5 kids, and I don't think they watch them. They're on the side of the house where there's like not really any windows and stuff, and the parents just like don't watch them, and they play basketball over there or do whatever. But like the other day they hopped our fence and like ran through our yard. I'm like, you guys know we have a dog that doesn't like kids. Like
Oh
if
my
she happened to be out there, not that she would run after them and bite them, but if she got spooked, like I don't know.
Right,
I don't know
right.
what would happen. She's getting old
Mhm.
too. Her hearing's not very good and all
Yeah.
that. So we've told them repeatedly, but we've had to have a couple of talks with them, and it's just eventually we will be moving eventually, but
Oh,
not right
really?
now. Yeah.
Like a
This
different
is
city?
not no. I don't think so. That is
Uh-huh.
an option though. I don't think so. I do like Lincoln quite a bit, especially for sourcing and just
Yeah.
central, just being central.
Oh,
But
man.
this house is not our forever home. We've figured that out eventually when we're ready. I don't want to move my eBay store again, but
Right.
It'll have to happen. Oh, hi, doggy.
Oh, you can see her?
Yeah. Oh, I guess they can't, but on your
Yeah.
screen up there, I can see your dog
She's I don't know what she's doing.
stretching.
Stretching, I guess. She's looking for the sun. You know how we have skylights, so they like
Oh,
chase the sun, as it moves.
Take her nap.
She's a mess. So what? So the last week, how did it come up that we were talking about Macari, that you can import all of your eBay listings on Macari? How did that come up?
I
that
think
we
I
were talking
mentioned
about that?
it.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
just
know.
Like,
mentioned it or something. Like
yeah,
you're
and
like,
then
you can do it. I had no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, I
I
didn't.
know, like early last year, I think, they had like a beta for importing listings and it did not work very well. Like I remember trying it and it just like wasn't working for me. And I remembered it. I'm like, oh, did they ever work on that more? So I went and checked and yeah, they did. It still isn't great, but I did eventually get it to import my entire store. So about 1,100
Nice.
items.
Yeah.
I
And
haven't tried it yet. It's on my list. Because that's
it's
nice. I
fine.
wish more because, like List Perfectly is expensive. I don't know. I've never tried Vendu. They're all so expensive, is what I'm saying. And I don't sell enough.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's just if you sell on any other platform, like I sell on Bonanza, so if I put all the stuff on Macari, then I have to like mentally keep track of it, because then I have to delist it off of
Right.
eBay and then delist it off of Bonanza as well.
Mhm.
Well, no, if I just delist it off eBay, automatically goes off Bonanza, which is amazing for Bonanza. Bonanza is fantastic. Like as far as maybe not the sales, because I don't get too much, but if you sell something on eBay, it delists off Bonanza automatically. That's just fantastic for such like a nobody's heard of platform. How is it doing so much better as far as like technology than Poshmark and Mercari and stuff? Like
Right.
Well,
why aren't they doing
also
stuff like that?
doing better than the relisting programs.
But in what way? What do you mean?
You sell something in delisting. I mean, not all of them were doing it, right? Like Vendu or List
Isn't that
Perfectly.
the
I mean, they
point of
might
them?
be now, but I know it was taking a while for that to
Oh,
to happen.
like
Whereas
like
Bonanza's
maybe you have
been
to
doing
double
it
check
for
them or something.
a long
To,
time.
Mhm.
Like who's coding Bonanza? They should be making $1 million and have their own. Like who's coding it? Because obviously
Oh.
these other people can't do it, but they've figured it out. Is what I'm
So,
saying.
so you're saying Bonanza should create their own cross-listing platform, like
Yeah, or whoever's coding it, 'cause
Mhm.
they've obviously figured it out. Whereas it's
yeah.
taken Mercari ought to snag them.
Were you Mo?
No, I didn't use it.
You didn't use
I
Flip?
used it for a little bit.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
The free one. Remember it was free like a couple years
Yeah.
ago? Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought you did for some reason. I don't
I did
remember.
Vendu. I did the free listings on Vendu because you can do like 5 a month for free. I was doing
Oh,
that when I was cross-listing off of there.
Yeah. Yeah. I
okay.
used
So
Flip for a
when
little bit, but it was so buggy.
did it delist? Did Flip delist? No. Did Vendu delist
Not when I
when
used
you were
to.
doing the 5 freeze?
No.
Gosh.
And I
I
don't
think that's an
List
added
Perfectly.
feature you have to pay for.
Yeah, and
Hmm.
I don't think List Perfectly was doing it at first either. I don't know if they're doing it now, but I don't think it was.
It has to be. I don't know. People will tell us in the comments, but it has to be because who has the mental space bandwidth to list on eBay, Macari, Poshmark, Depop, Bonanza, and then go back in and go, let me delist off all these platforms. It's got to be doing it. Or maybe, I don't know. I shouldn't be speaking about it. I don't know anything about it. But I would think it would be. Because if you have a high volume sale store, like I'm thinking of like Cat and Nurse Flipper, she's not going through and mentally or physically like delisting off of all of her platforms, There's no way. There's not enough time in the day. Am I the only one that thinks that? No? Maybe?
No. There's got to be a delist feature. I know there is somewhere. I just
Yeah.
don't know.
I tried List Perfectly a while back and, for free for a month or whatever, or
Mhm.
discounted, whatever they did. And I don't remember it delisting.
Well, you know what? You know how we're going to find out at Planes to Profit? I'm sure is there somebody speaking at Planes to Profit about? Or can't you say?
I don't think we have one of
Okay.
those platforms.
We'll have to ask Deanna.
But I'm sure that there's probably other people there that do use cross-listing platforms that
Yeah.
you can all talk about and question them and pick their brain basically on what they use and why they use it and all that.
Yeah, and the pros and cons. That's what you should have had, a
Mhm.
battle of the cross listers. Got Vendu list perfectly, and then in Bonanza
Ca-
Light, whoever that coder is,
Set
get
up like a
Cage
debate.
match. Cage match.
could you imagine like an MMA of cross listing? I could just see the thumbnail in my head right now. MMA cross listing showdown. I'm excited. Is what kind of thrifting places are we going to? Is it the same ones?
So I don't think any of the same, well, the bins, of course, we're going to.
Hmm.
There's another one that we didn't go to last year, but I know some people that went off on their own did go to this particular thrift store, and they are working with us to give a nice little discount for the attendees of the
Okay.
thrift bus.
Ooh.
So they will be doing that, and they also do the mystery boxes, which is exciting. I feel like some people would like those. And then there's another one that I went to. I went to Omaha for my birthday, and we happened to come across this little thrift store, a little small, and like this guy just owns this thrift store, and I really liked it. He had some really cool stuff, nice stuff, decent prices. So we are like, oh, let's kick off this other thrift store. It was like a chain thrift store. I can't remember which one it was, like Thrift World or something, to add this guy's store on instead because it was a little more nicer, and he's also going to be giving a discount for everybody, and he's going to have extra employees there so we can hopefully
Oh.
check out in a decent time because it sounds like there's only just a couple people there at a
Uh-huh.
time. So
That's
I was really
cool.
excited about that.
Wow. That's
And the
cool.
route is a
Nice.
bit longer this year. I know last year we tried to make it where the route, like the stops were pretty short just because we only have so much time on the thrift bus.
Mhm.
But the route this year is a bit longer. Like we are traveling a little bit more or further for curated spots to shop.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I
A
expect
thrift world
some shorts from this thrift bus, Amy.
shorts. I'll have to let me write that down in my TikToks. I had a TikTok get pulled down yesterday. I'm like, oh my gosh, because my TikTok has already been banned, deleted once. I don't know what I did.
Uh-oh.
Well, I do. I think I do know what I did, but I don't have confirmation about it. But a TikTok pulled down yesterday, and I'm so stupid because I just don't think about like the words that you can and can't say on these platforms. Freedom of speech doesn't exist on these platforms. I said gun on the short. That's or on the TikTok. I
jeez.
think that I
Yeah.
think that's what it was.
You gotta say
So
pew pew.
I
Yeah, pew pew.
know, and I know that you say you have to say pew pew, but I was like, gosh darn it! So I had to go in and edit it so I can put it on Instagram and Facebook. It got deleted from TikTok, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't want my TikTok to get banned again because I just hit 1,100 subscribers on TikTok. My goal is
Oh, sweet.
10,000 for the year, Alicia.
Wow.
But I haven't been, like it, last year at this time, I was doing a short a day on eBay or on eBay on YouTube to like, get like 1,000 subs and all that garbage, which I did. But I should be doing that with TikTok, is doing like a TikTok a day to like get off and stuff. But I haven't been. I've just got so much going on, but whatever. I've got content that I'm doing. So, but I didn't want it to get taken away or whatever the word is, banned or
Mhm.
shut down. So I was kind of
Mhm.
paranoid about that. I just edited out the word gun. It just said beep or something. And then it had a screenshot of it was a gun belt buckle. It was an actual, like, the side profile of a gun. So I even put like a blurred image over top of the overlay, the blur overlay. So I could just leave
Oh
it
my
up. I didn't
goodness.
want to have to like edit it all out and stuff like that. So I don't know. Do you use TikTok, Alicia? Like for Inked Picker?
I used to actually. That's what I did before I did YouTube, and I had
Uh-huh.
like
Mhm.
over 2,000 followers on there. And I kind of just dwindled off. But I used to do little shorts like, "Here's what I sold today." But then I look back on it, and I had stupid things like VHS tapes and like random things that just weren't worth the money or the time. And after they banned TikTok for like that day or whatever, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna uninstall it and just be done because I spent so much time on TikTok just scrolling.
Uh-huh.
I could spend all day just scrolling, like just mindlessly. And I'm like, you know what? That's not good for me. Like, I just
Mhm.
need to get away from it. So that kind of justified it. And then they're like, oh, we brought it back. I'm like, I'm just not going to re-download it.
Uh-huh.
If I want to that bad, I'll go onto Instagram Reels, which I hate how it works. So I don't use it as much. So it gets me to kind of
Yeah.
get away from doom scrolling on
Yeah.
Yeah.
that, just because it's like, it's not good
I
for
do it
your
way
mental
too
health,
much.
too. Yeah, it's
I
not
do
good
it
for your
way too
mental
much,
health.
but
Yeah. It's definitely a time sucker if you are not like, staying focused. That's everything. That's why I have my notifications on my phone, like do not disturb or whatever, muted, whatever it is I have, because if I get especially like Discord, if I had Discord notifications on, I consider my day done because I just couldn't keep up. It's just
I
crazy.
have them like per person, per group. Depends.
Oh,
Do you know what
okay.
I mean?
I think I have it set where like if my kid messages me on Discord, like I just get all of them. And then I have it
Yeah.
set where it's only if you at me. Like if I write something in the
Mhm.
Discord and then nobody ats me when they're responding, I won't get that message.
Oh,
Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So it's just
yeah.
the
Right.
ads. Then I would just be constantly like, whatever. But it is kind of funny to like have it off and then you open it up and like one day there was like 140 and I was like, what's going on? What did I miss?
Well, that happens to me all the time. It's
Yeah.
like when I'm on there, nobody's talking, and then it's like I go do something and
Mm-hmm.
shoo.
Yeah. So what are you gonna do, Alicia? Are you thinking of doing any live selling stuff since that's like all the rage now?
I want to. I just need to find a platform of somebody that I truly support and want to sell on their platform. I just haven't, and someone that has a platform with stuff that I have an abundance of or can find an abundance of that would make sense to live sell. So I just
Yeah.
Right.
haven't. Maybe one day I'll get an itch to do it and I'll just do it.
Uh-huh.
Right now, I haven't. I don't have plans. It's just
Yeah.
if the opportunity comes up, I'll do it.
Right.
What
Mhm.
about like dollar auctions? Have you been doing that at all?
I quit doing that a few months ago.
Uh-huh.
It's just our house has stairs going up, and I found out a lot of people on dollar auction apparently don't know like how to use stairs because I have people coming up the stairs that are like gripping our railing, and our railing isn't like super stable. It does wiggle, and
Uh-huh.
like I was just so worried that someone was gonna fall on our porch or our stairs. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna be done because every
Yeah.
time someone came to pick up, I had to like watch our cameras and like I'm like, man, this lady should not be going up any stairs. Like,
Wow.
I was just worried for them. And my husband was also like, yeah, I was worried this person was going to fall. I'm like, you know what?
Oh my
I'm going to be
gosh.
done. Or like, I tell people, leave money here. And they would just like throw it in the bin that I had the item in. And then, like,
Uh-huh.
if it's windy out, the money will just blow
Oh my
away.
gosh.
So
Yeah.
like people don't know how to follow instructions. People wouldn't tell me when they're showing up. They'll be like, oh, what's the address? I'd send it to them. And then they would just show up. I'm like, I need to know when you're coming so I can set it out for you. And like, it was just so much. I'm like, you know what? This is not worth it for $1.
Yeah.
Like most of the stuff was going for, and it just wasn't worth my time. I'm like, honestly, if there's anything that I think I should put on dollar auction, I just donate it. It's just not worth my time anymore. I'd rather use my energy elsewhere.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I get
But I
yeah.
will
I get
source
it.
on there. I will source. Like I found those Blanco bookends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't source on there very often, but I do find some stuff on there every once in a while.
Yeah.
hmm
I
Mhm.
think that's great. I want to, well, I want to do that around here. I think there's one, I think Matt, because I don't have Facebook, Matt looked and he saw one like had been created, but he doesn't think it's active at all. Matt would have to do it. Matt would have to start the dollar auction thing. But he's part of, or is that one? I guess yours, maybe. The one that Steve and Donna gave us a link to.
Yeah,
Matt's
I'm on there
Oh,
too,
okay.
so I could look at it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt's in there, so he could like
Mhm.
kind of copy it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's something that,
You should get him into the Planes to Profit Facebook group because we put like little updates and stuff in there.
oh, okay. I'll have to write that
Mhm.
down.
I just put like a little thing. I made a cute little thing like things to remember, like or tips to make your trip to Planes to Profit better or something. And I put like 6 little tips, and I made like a little cute little picture with little things and like 6 little sections. And one said like,
Uh-huh.
oh, you make sure to utilize the shuttle. It's free. You know, if you're flying in, you can call the shuttle and it's free. Or oh, if you go to the front
Oh,
desk,
cool.
you can get free cookies because it's DoubleTree. You get the cookies. I did put a little thing on there.
I
So
forgot
I
about
just
that.
yeah, so I put like little tips, like just to make your stay more enjoyable. Because some people didn't know that the shuttle was free, and there's people flying in and they didn't know. So
Well, yeah, we rented a car
Nice.
yeah,
when we came. And the free cookies, those were good cookies too. I remember that. Didn't Corey say that they have somebody like they have a bar and there's going to be bartenders so that it doesn't close or something?
I think there was a mention of that. I haven't double checked, but I think there was something where we asked them to maybe be open a little longer because like there's a group of us and we wanted to, I know they were doing food over there too. There's like I saw some people eating food, but
Oh.
Yeah, just to be like, hey, there's gonna be a group of us. Like, if you want to be open later, I'm sure there's
Uh-huh.
people that are gonna buy drinks or
Yeah.
whatever. So I think there's some talks of that, but I can't 100% confirm. I know there was a mention of it, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't want
Well,
to
you
say
know
anything
what?
that isn't true.
Either way, Corey will make that a new side hustle, and he will open some kind of like lemonade stand, and he'll be serving drinks, and we'll have to pay for them, and that'll be his. That's probably their next topic on the Unemployed for a Living podcast.
Oh my gosh.
His
Yeah, I
he's
listened to that yesterday.
he has a liquor license for his axe throwing
Oh
business.
yeah, yeah.
He'll just like transfer that over and just start bartending and stuff.
Liquor and
Or just-
axes. I don't know.
I'm
Yeah,
sure there's a maximum, like a 2-drink max. I would assume so, right? For liability, like 2-drink max.
there's got to be something.
Yeah.
We should ask
I
Corey
don't
about
know.
that.
I know it.
Just doesn't. I mean, that's probably how axe throwing got started. Was because of drink. Just not sure if it's the greatest mix.
That's true. Or like darts. You know how like people play darts at the bars and stuff? Like
Yeah.
darts are dangerous too.
Most of the
No?
ones here are plastic. Like the darts themselves are plastic.
The darts are plastic? Like the tips are
At least
plastic?
here. Yep.
You must have had an incident.
Really?
Yeah, like all the bars I've been to here with darts, they're all plastic tip, and then the dartboard itself has a bunch of little holes. So like
Oh.
it gets stuck in there. They get stuck in there pretty good because you have to go up there and pull them out. And,
Yeah.
Oh wow.
yeah. So
Oh,
That's crazy.
I guess I didn't really think about that. So they're not actual
like
darts
real
here.
darts players must be like outraged.
Oh yeah. Cork. They want the
Right.
cork boards, you know, so
Right.
there's no
Yeah.
It's like the little plastic
Right.
like kiosk thing. It has a little screen on it, and you like pay whatever $1 a game or whatever, and
oh, okay.
it like puts the
okay.
scoreboard and all that.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
never
the-
seen actual darts at a bar, but I don't not like I go out to bars all the time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I can remember them being like, you know, it's like the chalkboard. You have to like write your score on with the chalk and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And you just
Yeah.
go to the bartender and ask for the darts. That was like back in the day when I was doing that stuff, like going out to bars and drinking. And
Oh,
don't
you
do
were the
that anymore.
bartender too.
We didn't have that stuff at our bar though. We had like like pool table, and
Mhm.
at one point, and we had like do you remember the Golden Tee, that like golf game? You can play golf on it, and you just spin the ball and play like
No.
18 holes of golf on this game.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
we had one of
No.
those.
I only ever played pool at a bar. I maintain that I play pool way better with a few drinks.
yeah, me too. Me too.
Oh man. Well, Alicia, we're so glad you came on, and go ahead and
Yeah.
plug all your socials.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's one
plug
thing I
everything.
wanted to say though.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I've had a couple people ask me because they're like, "Oh, you're not on the podcast anymore." They thought like Mo and I had some drama or something.
oh.
Set the record straight. No, I had
Oh.
some mental health stuff, and it just comes a point where you get so uncomfortable in your life that you're like trying to make all these drastic changes to feel better. So my idea of that was quit reselling and get a real job, which that was stupid. I interviewed for like a month, and oh my gosh, interviewing is it sucks the life out of you. You're just like, I don't know.
Mm-mm.
It was just, it sucked, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give this
I
a try
feel
again,
you.
and
I
did.
would never want to do it again.
So that's what happened. There's no drama. Mo and I aren't fighting. It's just that's what happened. And I love what you guys have done here with the podcast. I love like the little adverts you're doing, and you have guests, and you're like advertising and doing extra little videos and shorts and stuff. I think that's awesome. So yeah, I did want to say that though, because some people are like, "What happened?" I'm
Really?
like, "Nothing."
Because
I'm like,
we had a show.
mhm.
There was no drama.
Yeah.
Anyway, well,
I guess when people
So,
just
yeah.
don't know behind the scenes, they
Yeah,
just make
so
up
nothing
stories.
happened.
I
It's
guess,
just
yeah.
but we're here, and we're just back to the reselling, and I'm enjoying it and being comfortable in life. So that's what
That's
we're doing.
good. That's good. Yeah.
But yeah, Inked Picker on, I'm trying to think, Instagram. I do eBay, YouTube, which I just hit 1,300 subscribers
I was gonna say
yesterday.
you've got I pulled it up. I was like,
Oh, there we
I
go.
kept
Yes.
wanted to bring it up that you have 1,300 now. That's awesome.
Yes.
I know. That's awesome.
And that ABC's a reselling video I did at Planes to Profit last year. So
Mhm.
Okay.
that's a fun little video. I tried to include as many people as I could, but not everybody was there. But it was just the right amount for A through Z. I had
Uh-huh.
just enough people. So it worked out.
Mhm.
I plan to do it again this year if I
Oh,
remember.
cool. Yeah.
So that'll be fun. And what else? That's really it. Oh, and I've been doing Mercari too, but eBay's the main thing, and working
Yeah.
on content creation too. I want to
Awesome.
do a little bit more with the videos. I wish I could be like Art of Resell. I was telling Corey this. I was like, I wish I could be like Art of Resell and edit like him, have his energy. His videos are just crazy, and I love it. It keeps my attention, and I wish
He's
I could do
always
that.
so
but
hype.
yes,
Hyped up. I can't
Yeah.
like I need
maintain
whatever
that.
he's doing, whatever he's
Right.
drinking or whatever he's doing. I need that.
Yeah. They're definitely entertaining. Wonder if he
Mhm.
have an editor. You
I think he does it himself.
really? That's
Yeah.
good. That's awesome. Well, go follow Alicia on all her platforms. Mo will link them all below. And
Yes, I release a video every Friday
do?
evening. So you guys do Friday mornings. I do
Oh,
Friday evening. So every Friday at
yeah.
8 o'clock Central. Although I might change that because I noticed like in my head I was like, oh, Friday nights, people are just kind of, doing whatever, they're chilling at home. But I didn't think like, oh yeah, people go out on Fridays. So of course they're not going to be around to watch the video when it comes out. So I was more thinking of what I would do on a Friday night and stay
Right.
in. Yeah, every Friday evening, 8 o'clock Central, I have videos. Once a week right now, but maybe I'll do more eventually. I'm just baby steps. I have enough time just to edit one video a week, and that's enough for me. But eventually,
Yeah.
maybe I'll do more. But right now, I'm focusing on eBay. I'm trying to break my record. I've noticed on my what is it? Your 1099 you get from eBay.
Yeah.
Every year I've increased like my gross sales. I have a certain goal for this year, so I'm working really hard at it, but not trying to
awesome.
burn myself out, but
Yeah.
working hard to.
Mhm.
So I'm really focusing on that this year.
That's good. That's
Mhm.
awesome. Yeah. I mean, any growth is better than none. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's awesome.
Right. And the fact that, you pulled back, still going forward. That's awesome. Pull
Yeah,
back
just
to where
focusing
you
a lot
need,
more on eBay. Not as much content creation
Right.
and not so many. I try not to have too many obligations. So like Planes to Profit, that's enough. That's stressful enough, but
Mhm.
that's also like a whole year of planning. So it's just little
Yeah.
bits here and there. That's really it. My only obligation every day is to get my packages out. That's about it. Just try to list. I'm also doing my delisting and relisting of my old stuff. So
Yeah.
trying to get all that out.
That's
Trying to
awesome.
just
All right.
yeah.
Well, with that, guys, we're flipping out. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much for watching, and check out more of our videos right here. We're flipping out.